I'll just quickly show you how to HDR merge a set of bracketed images in the iPad version of Affinity Photo. So we start off with the welcome screen, and what we need to do is tap the new document icon up here, then choose New HDR Merge. Okay, we need to drop our images into this box here. One easy way to do that is to swipe up from the bottom here, then tap hold and just drag out the Files app and release to Docket on the right hand side. So I'll choose my relevant HDR folder, then tap select up here, and I can just swipe across the images to select them all. Then I can just tap hold and drag and drop them into the images box here. Okay, this was a handheld set of exposures, so I will leave Align Source Images enabled and tap OK. So Photo will then begin the process of aligning these images and then HDR merging them. Okay, now what we see here is not the finished result. We actually need to tone map this. So to do that, we can move across into the tone mapping persona up here. Okay, so we'll see a dramatic difference straight away in the details in the sky here, and that's because the tone compression slider is at 100%. So this determines the amount of tones in the image that are brought back in range to a range that can be displayed, and then we can further enhance this by using the local contrast slider. So this gives it that quite distinctive HDR look that you might be familiar with. I'll leave this at a slightly lower value, and then I might just make a couple of additional adjustments here. For example, I might just use the highlights slider just to bring back a bit of that highlight detail in the sky near the sun over here. And maybe I'll just increase the saturation slightly as well. Once I'm finished, I can tap apply, but we're not quite done yet. When we apply the tone mapping, we move back to the photo persona, and we now have access to all of the retouching facilities such as adjustment layers and filters. So I might additionally add a curves adjustment, for example, and just use curves to end up with a punchier final result.